Hawks have some really, really good wins in the past couple of weeks. So in terms of our sports bet same game multi, I love the three ball. Now, people are rebelling against the three-pointer. Got no reason why, no understanding of why, but let's get stuck in. So Crawford and Doyle both take around 6 threes per game. Trey Kell and Tyler Harvey take even more. So we'll take those guys in a sports bet multi. We'll hope they'll hit and take plenty of three-pointers in this one. Enjoy the game. The Hawks and the Ants.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
And what a season he's had.
He can play both on and off the ball.
Tyler Harvey has a fascination with making big buckets.
Cal strips Higgins' Titcher. The hit ahead to Harvey.
We saw what they did to the Breakers. Cal in transition.
Nice work from Harvey to get to an opening. He's knocked down 3 triples here in the opening quarter.
Trey Kell likes the look. Oh, he loves the look. Trey Kell. And Tyler Harvey cashes in. How many times do you see it?
The dynamic backcourt of Trey Kell and Tyler Harvey. 18 points per game each. They've been phenomenal this season, but after that loss to Cairns, they will be hoping to bounce back. 1 full week to think about it. Damon Lowry, what will be on the whiteboard of Justin Tatum tonight?
On the whiteboard, this has nothing to do with the X's and the O's. This is all about how they're approaching the game. They got to respect the opponent. Just because the Jack Jumpers might be a little depleted, you can't take them lightly. You got to make amends to the basketball guys because they pissed them off last time, Pete, with that effort against the Cairns Taipans. And lastly, they got to respond. All we want is the response.
I've gone with it from a Tasmania point of view, slow the game down even more than they already do. Take all the possessions out of it. If it's not in the last 8 seconds of the shot clock, do not shoot the ball. But when you do shoot, whoever you are, step up, shoot with confidence, see how much fun you can have because everyone's going to get an opportunity.
This one is huge tonight for both of these teams for very different reasons. It's big.
Tassie got to start well. If Tassie start well, there might be a little seed of doubt planted in some of those starters' minds, Damon.
It's possible, not probable, but you always give the Tassie Jack Jumpers at home a puncher's chance.
Tassie have lost their last 4 in a row by an average of 22 points, while Illawarra, they're coming off that shock loss to Cairns. One of these teams will bounce back. Don't go anywhere.
This Illawarra Hawks team, they're averaging over 100 points a game.
The Jack Jumpers, they are into a full battle to make the play-in.
And what a season he's had. This man has been on fire.
And Doyle at the other end. He's in a mood early.
Blanchfield again. Splash!
Oh, baby.
The old boys winding back the clock. They go back to their bread and butter into Froling down low.
Jordan Crawford, that was a little bit more Magic Johnson.
Crawford, nice move on Leafre, he pulls up. Jordan Crawford!
That's a big hello and welcome to the Hungry Jacks NBL Pride Round, brought to you by Champion. And it is the penultimate round of this NBL season, round 19. And we are playing for keeps. The Tasmania Jack Jumpers hosting the Illawarra Hawks in what is a must-win game, particularly for Tasmania as we take a look at the Mitsubishi Motors ladder. I welcome in the 2 busiest men in basketball, Damon Lowry, Pete Hooley. Damon, do you have a sense that Tassie could surprise again? They are one club that you can never doubt.
Tassie Jack Jumpers, Joey, can absolutely win this game. When their backs are against the wall, as it is right now, they're going to come out fighting. They got more pride than the average team, and I expect them to put up a very spirited contest.
Well, the Illawarra Hawks, they are still on top of the ladder. There is their remaining run home, of course, tonight. Then they play away in New Zealand. They finish with that game against Sydney. Pete, they've gone 4-4 in their last 8 games. Any slight concerns?
A little bit just on the defensive end, more so than anything. But as Damon alluded to last week when they lost to Cairns, they played down to their opponent. They're not going to have to worry about that in the finals. They're going to have all the best teams to play against, but they want to start clicking at the right time.
And we know Tasmania, they must win tonight if they want to keep their finals hopes alive. Damon, we know they've lost 6 of their last 7. They've lost their last 4 by 22 points, but they can bounce back. But a lot is going to have to rest on this man, Milton Doyle.
That man right there, number 25, Milton Doyle, he's had a very ordinary, up and down kind of a season when it comes to scoring. He's been contributing on the glass and with assists and defense, but this team needs points. In his last couple of games against the Hawks, you can see that is not a typo. He's averaging 2.5 points a game in his last 2.
Yeah, they're your career stats, and he's got to be better than that, Milton Doyle, because we know he's better than that. We know what he's capable of. He's going to see a lot of the best defenders in this game, and he's more than capable of putting up a big number. I want to see him early and often being ultra aggressive. I like there was a few games ago on this floor, the very first play of the game, he took a shot fake, went down and tried to dunk it over everybody else. Now, we don't expect that from Milton Doyle, but that's the aggression we want to see.
Well, it's not going to be easy because he's going to be up against this man, Wani Swaka-Bullock. We know what he can do at the defensive end, but also offensively, Damon, the 8 points per game, it's the highest in this season in his 7 years. He's shooting the 3-ball well. He's just one of these unsung heroes.
He's rock solid. Wani left the Sydney Kings and he came to Illawarra. He said he wanted to expand his offensive game. He's done that. It's taken him a few years, but he's doing it. He is a reliable three-point shooter, more of an aggressive kind of a scorer than what he's been in the past, and you already know what you're going to get from him on the defensive end.
And Trey Kell, Pete, we know what sort of year he's had. You've spoken about him all season long, but his last couple of games, he's just been quiet. He's only averaged the 9 points across the last couple of games, not shooting the 3-ball well, but he's been the leader all season.
Well, you're right, he's been the leader to help get them to top spot. I mean, it's going to be a key matchup. Jordan Crawford back into the starting lineup, it looks like. So I'm looking forward to seeing these two go head-to-head. Will we see Trey Kell down in the post, Damon? This is the opportunity for him to show that little post-up game he's got. Trey
does that. He'll take advantage.
Well, looking forward to that matchup as well. Here are some of the Trey Kell highlights. As we said, he's been able to do a bit of everything, hasn't he, all season long, but he's just been down slightly these last couple.
Yeah, I think he gets himself off to a slow start sometimes on the defensive end. We all know his offensive scoring ability, but if he gets off to a slow start on defense, it tends to affect the rest of his game. So hopefully he can lock in, because if he doesn't, the little big man could go for a very big night.
Looking forward to seeing him in action as we are tonight. Courtside, we have Kelsey Brown, and Kelsey, there's a little bit of murmurings that Majok Deng might not have been playing tonight, but he's good to go.
Yeah, he was a game-time decision. We know Tassie have been decimated by injury this season, but good news, he's back out on the court. He was warming up very well. He won't start this game, but there are a few people on the starters list that are interesting here. Gorjak Gak gets his first start for the Tassie JackJumpers this season, and Jordan Crawford returns to the lineup. Majok Deng, I think, is going to be a massive addition to them, though, as well. We know he takes those big-time shots. We know he can make big plays. As you can see there, Jordan Crawford comes into the starting lineup. He has not started since round 9. 12 games he's come off the bench. Milton Doyle, Fabian Krislovic, Clint Steindl, and Gorjak Gak, like I mentioned there. And for the Illawarra Hawks, Tyler Harvey, Trey Kell, Wani Swaka-Bullock, Sam Froling, and Mason Peatling. No surprises there, but like you guys said, Wani Swaka-Bullock in for a big game against Milton Doyle. Lee, the atmosphere in here is huge. Another sellout in My State Bank Arena.
Yeah, they are 8-2 at home at My State Bank Arena this season, Tassie, so we know it's never going to be easy. Pete, Damon thinks that potentially Tassie might surprise.
Well, they can always do it, right? Especially in front of a packed-out stadium. They continue to do it. It's an exceptional venue for that. And Majok Deng being in does help their chances for sure. They need more offensive weapons, but I like that they've gone big. Krislovic and Gak. We don't see that too often.
You don't want to start Fabian Krislovic at the 5 on Sam. Sam is just too strong down low, so we'll see if Gorjak Gak can match it down there with the big fella.
Well, the Hawks won both meetings so far this season, but both of them were in Wollongong. First time they've met in Tasmania this season. And there's Gorjak Gak trying to shoot with confidence, Pete, as was written on your whiteboard, but couldn't get it to go.
That's so slow to pace. That looked like a set play.
And now Cal. Harvey. So we know they've lost 6 of their last 7, the Tassie JackJumpers, after winning 8 straight. And they look like they were coming. We know they're decimated by injury. Anthony Drimmick is back tonight from illness. Doyle's been sore. He needs to have a big game. And this man Gak looking to be aggressive early.
Gorjak Gak is very underrated. He hasn't got a whole lot of playing time. He only plays maybe 10 minutes a game, but he seems to be in a scorer's kind of frame of mind.
Had the 11 points in 13 minutes in that loss to South East Melbourne last week. As Swaka-Bullock tough finish.
Wani said, sit down, everybody.
That was a really tough finish. That was very well defended from Tasmania.
Of course, their last outing, Tassie, they were trailing by 1 at half-time to South East Melbourne before losing by a club franchise record 36 points. So no doubt, Scott Roth would have had some hard conversations with this group. You'd expect them to respond like a champion team they are. Good, healthy crowd. They've won 14 of their last 17 at My State Bank Arena. And makes a little statement early.
Said it, Damon. We know he's got the talent. We've seen it in glimpses. He's been really aggressive in this first minute and a half. None more so than this.
As soon as I saw Sam falling on Jordan Crawford, I said, this ain't good. He went baseline hard, and Gorjak got rolled down the middle. And Mason Peatling, we'll see you on the poster.
Couldn't finish the three-point play. Some energy from the Jackies early. They're going to have to be up and about. The Hawks are the best first-quarter team in the competition. This is their play. They love to go down low to Froling. If he draws the double, they'll kick the ball out. And Harvey will get a second chance. The best offense in the league. Froling, that little fadeaway and flat jump shot.
Well defended once again. Can knock that down. Added that to his game for sure this season as Jordan Crawford takes a very quick one.
It was Doyle that gave up a look to try and find a better look for Crawford. And now he's trying to play some defense, and he can't stop Harvey.
If I'm Tasmania, I'm going to see if Gorjak Gat can defend Sam one-on-one first before I send a double, because I don't want Tyler Harvey shooting wide open kick-out threes. They dodged the bullet that time.
See the Hawks there averaging almost 102 points a game. They're on track for the most by any team in a season in the 40-minute era. As Krislovic gets an opportunity and then was just a bit too sharp with the pass for Gak, and Crawford back into the starting lineup after 12 games coming off the bench where he's been excellent. In fact, averaging 17 points a game, and this time they run out of time. Shot clock violation.
Gak's taken 4 field goals in the first 3 minutes.
All open shots.
3 ball as well, just really being aggressive. I like your thought of, let's see what Gak can do one-on-one, but you see the respect that Sam Froling is getting. They're throwing a double team straight away because he can really get going. It's a nice little drop-off pass there to Peatling from Trey Kell.
Here's Crawford. Tries to blow by Swakala Bullock. Then he does that indeed.
Did you see how he just turned the corner? I mean, this is, like, you look at his size, but he's been scoring his whole life in similar situations like this. You get him in transition, and normally the Jack Jumpers don't like taking early shots in transition. But this dude can score so well that you got to almost back him in and just trust him to make a good decision. Gets himself to the stripe, and one.
The vibe, and there was a few games ago, I brought it up on overtime, where Sam Froling had a press conference after one of their losses. It was either to Adelaide or Cairns, and he said how they struggled to defend against chaos ball, and Justin Tatum looked at him as if to say, let's not go putting that out there, but we're seeing a bit of chaos ball here from Tasmania, taking quick shots as Peatling knocks that one down. Gak's being aggressive. Maybe they've seen it as well.
Anybody know about chaos? It's Felix.
Crawford just trying to create a little bit of chaos, and now they swing the ball. Steindl, Gap again going to take a little mid-range, and that's his 5th field goal attempt.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Still 100.
Hell with a turnover. Steindl.
Oh yeah, this is chaos ball from Tasmania. They are playing quick. 10 field goals attempted already. They've caused a couple of turnovers.
Swakala Bullock, we mentioned off the top how well he's shooting the 3-ball.
Good hit by Wani. Trey Kell, that's his 2nd turnover in just under 5 minutes. These are the little things that he can sometimes do that can play himself into a funk. Got to take care of the ball.
Peatling drew the charge, may have gone down a little bit too easily, but enough for the ref to make the call.
Maybe there was an extension of the forearm, but it looked like it went down a bit quick.
Could Chris Reed see it from his ankle?
I don't know if he could. Mason Peatling definitely got there in front. It looked like the elbow was up, but whether it just went down before and contact occurred. But
You talking about the pace, Pete. You want to slow the pace down. You're not happy with the pace right now if you're the JackJumpers fans?
I think it's a way they've seen what's troubled Illawarra and say, hey, let's push it. Remember the game last time Tasmania went to Melbourne and they really pushed the pace and beat United in John Cain Arena.
Olbrich checks into the game. Cal pulls up. Froling, who's been through, attacking the offensive glass the last 6 to 8 games. Again with that fadeaway.
That's tough. When Sam puts his shoulder into your chest and then fades like that, you can't do nothing with that shot. You just got to hope he misses it. And that's a shot that Sam looks like he's been developing.
Keep your eyes on Sam Froling this week. Bit of talk about his contract situation. He's just focused on winning a championship.
No, we're not doing that in the first quarter, Trey. Now take care of the ball. Just worry about that. No challenges. Just calm down.
He's probably right, too. It looked like that Corfin might have got a hand on it, but what are you really saving? Spot on. I would have hated to see a challenge there. It's just not worth it.
130, hold. And Olbrich is Juk Deng. Is up with a little limp. The last 3 games with that ankle injury.
That's the last thing you need when you come back from an ankle injury. Get a knee to knee. The Olbrich with the black shoes, black socks.
I thought Scott Ross was a little bit too dramatic when he said Juk was out for the rest of the season with a sprained ankle. I never doubted he'd be back. His Grimmick tees one off no good.
Brislovic with another offensive rebound, and this time he does finish.
3 offensive rebounds now. Missed a couple of good looks, Tasmania.
Just Froling, looking to be aggressive.
Oh, wow.
Surrounded by Jackies, but it doesn't matter.
Well, they're going with the double team. It just came too late for Milton Doyle, and we've spoke about it time and time again. There's the offensive rebound from Krislovic, but when Sam Froling is aggressive, he is so fun to watch.
When he posts up that far away from the basket, you got to, as a defender, know he's not going to shoot it. So you gapping him. But what Sam is doing is he's going to eat up that space and just go into your chest and make you have to commit. And if the help doesn't come, as we just saw, he's going to be able to finish.
Already got the 4 points, a couple of rebounds. He's had the 6 double-doubles this season. Another really consistent year. Will be hot property if he doesn't become a free agent. There's Deng. Teases like almost.
Beautiful pocket pass. Juk nearly caught one. Now we see Ian Hummer's checked in. Sam goes out, because I was going to say the one guy that could withstand the strength of Sam Froling is Ian Hummer.
We certainly can't question Tassie's intent and how aggressive they are early. Whether they have the talent to match Motors with the benchmark of the competition, we'll find out, but certainly giving themselves a chance.
Is it too early right now with 6 minutes being played, Joey, to mention that Milton Doyle hasn't taken a shot? Is it too early?
It is interesting this season, averaging just over 14 points at 36% from the field. Which of the top 25 scorers is 25th. Field goal shooting.
2 fouls, so Peatling's going to come back in. Going to play Blanchfield at the 4, Peatling at the 5.
Blanchfield, who's been
Here we go.
shooting the ball beautifully. Hickey, too easy. Playing with such confidence. There's Drimmick, almost turned it over. Doyle take his first field goal attempt. He gives it up to Hummer. Backs down Lee.
Davo fresh off the bench, baseline dunk. That's when you know you're an athlete.
Peatling, when looking for Hickey, is an aggressive cut. This bench just provides so much energy for the Hawks. They scored 46 of their 94 points in that loss to Cairns last Thursday.
Yeah, they wrecked the Toddy Blanchfield game last week against Cairns. Toddy was shooting the lights out. In this bench unit, 4 of them out there, well, actually only the 3 of them out there, but they got a good chemistry with each other.
Playing out the best bench in the competition. Peatling. Wild on that shot there is Trey Cal. He goes alone, good finish. His first points of the night.
It's good from the Hawks. Withstood a little bit of Tasmania's run. Here's the Amy replay. What else could it be but Davo Hickey just in and just already on the move. Before he caught the ball, blew past Crawford. It got upstairs. Peatling misses and Trey Kell. It's good to see him a bit more lively after a couple of early turnovers.
Of course, this is round 19. We can see a lot of the rainbow colours, and thanks to Champion, we are celebrating Pride Round, of course, celebrating inclusion and diversity. You know, the NBL is a place where people can be themselves without fear, discrimination or judgment. It's been one of the great initiatives by the NBL. There is a wonderful ambassador in Isaac Humphries. And certainly something that continues to grow year on year, Pete.
It's great to see, and again, that panel, Marcus Lee, such good mates with Isaac Humphries, been on that journey with him for so long. It's awesome to see, great to be part of.
Tangerine timeout, early 9-point lead to the Hawks. Scott Roth, of course, no Sean McDonald, we know that, no Will Magnate. Kelsey, you're courtside. You were listening to Scott Roth during that timeout?
I was. He didn't have the whiteboard with him, which always means he's unimpressed by the start. He spoke about that baseline drive from Will Hickey. He said they're getting offensive rebounds and they're scoring. They're getting baseline drives and they're scoring. We're getting good looks down the offensive end, but on the defensive end, we have to toughen up. I want to talk a little bit about that Wani Swakala-Bullock interview that I did pre-game as well. He talked about the bench unit being the best in the biz and the difference between their team and other teams.
Well, he's right. We've spoke very highly of it, especially when Days is active and healthy. Would love to see some of their practices behind closed doors, because Justin Tatum said that he beats up on the starters. I think it happens a lot more around the league than other people would realise, but this one right here is solid.
They have depth at every single position, nearly the same. It's almost identical. Point guards, 2 guards, 5 men. So they almost mirror images of each other.
Here is Milton Doyle, first field goal attempt for the night. The team's already taken 14.
He's a little distracted by the Skrillex thing. Why your team is going to score?
Shot clock was going down. He had to pull that. And that's probably why Jordan Crawford got an early sub. Nick Stoddard's checked in because he gave up that baseline dunk to Davo.
Hummer tried to throw it over 3 Hawks to get it to Deng. More turnover. Now Illawarra looking to inflict some more pain early. They said they've struggled at My State Bank Arena in recent seasons. But this is a different unit, and then Hickey turns it back over the other way.
We've seen this a little bit with Hickey in the back half of the season. Can get a little loose with the ball. When you go back to that Cairns loss in Illawarra, a couple of late turnovers. He's super important to their success. He's had a phenomenal season. We saw the graphic in the pregame with the plus-minus throughout the league. Big reason why the Hawks are first.
Sometimes at Davo, you gotta break an egg to make an omelet. He might give you a turnover that makes you scratch your head from time to time, but he's gonna give you so much effort and give you offensive rebounds, block shots. He's gonna fill up the stat sheet.
Just to be clear, eggs need to be broken to make an omelet anyway.
Here is Will Hickey. The one player in the league for that plus-minus differential when he's on and off the floor. All the points that Damon was making, but not on that occasion. Both teams shooting. In particular, Tassie shooting at just 25% from the field. Now Doyle will get his first points of the night.
Aggressive. An aggressive Milton Doyle is never a bad thing. Good drive. Initiated some contact, probably wanted the and one, but if he can just keep that up, somebody's got to get this scoreboard ticking over for the Jackies.
Stoddard picks up the foul. Started for the last 5 games. Moved back to the bench with Jordan Crawford back into the starting lineup. Coming off a bit of a breakout game, you would say, last week. Stoddard with 14 points.
He wasn't shy. Can't leave him open. He will shoot 3 balls.
Now Hickey loves to get down low. Draws the foul.
Dabo is arguably, I'm gonna say arguably, one of their best post players, Pete. He randomly posts up. I don't feel like this is an offensive call. Dabo just looks at the matchup. He goes, if I just get to my spot, I'm gonna out-athleticize you. Yeah, you heard what I said.
I wish I didn't. I think that play there, though, we see it a lot when he's on the floor where he's supposed to come up and set an up screen. But because he sees an advantage he likes, he just calls for it. And the team trusts him. They throw it in there and he goes to work.
What kind of advantage does he have, Pete? The athletic advantage.
Well, that makes more sense than what we said before.
Makes one of two. He's one of the shining lights in that loss to Cairns last Thursday. 10 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Now he's trying to Jordan Crawford tick down inside the final 50 seconds. Tough offensive quarter for the Jackies, and again, Ruben Tarani just try to create one more opportunity.
Go up and shoot that Rube. Hawks got tangled up on that down screen. 21 points already for the Hawks. I feel like they're doing it quite easy. Only shooting 9 of 16. I mean, this is 56%, but I feel like this could have been an easy 30-point quarter.
Krislovic out to Drimic. And none of 7 now from long range in this first quarter. Trying to get a stop. See if they can keep it inside double digits in this first quarter. Cal's now seen the mismatch with Froling. Instead, Blanchfield, who's shooting the ball beautifully, pulls it out. They'll get the last chance. Cal.
Probably should have held it. I know he had an advantage. How's he get the last chance?
They got the switch. Sam had Jordan Crawford guarding, but they decided to not go inside. Toddy pulled up a shot he could have made, but if I'm Sam, I'm like, if I got a 2-foot height advantage, I'm going to need that ball.
Can they finish with some momentum? Krislovic ignored Crawford, went alone. And that is 0 from 8 for long range. Tough quarter for the Jackies at home, trying to keep their season alive. Illawarra doing it comfortably by 8 points.
Alrighty, Jackies fans, I'm about to put you to the test. We need you loud.
Round 19 of the Hungry Jacks NBL, and it's a dominant start by the ladder leading Hawks. They lead the JackJumpers 21-13 at the quarter time break. plenty happening in that quartet, though. Plenty to be said by Scott Roth about the defensive intensity of the JackJumpers. And Pete Hooley, I want to ask you, they're down by 8 at this break. You have the whiteboard. What are you saying to the JackJumpers?
Well, the whiteboard I had in the pre-game was to take the possessions out of it, slow it right down. They have not done that. They're pushing the pace at every opportunity as well as taking some quick shots. Now, they've missed a lot of easy ones too, so I'll give them, cut them some slack there. But this is how you feed right into the Hawks' hands if you play this fast.
I mean, they hold them to 21 points. That's not a bad quarter. It's the 13 points I'm looking at. How are you going to win? Like, they got to play with more urgency on the offensive end because their season is on the line.
Doyle. He needs to be aggressive. That's now 5 of 20 from the field.
He's playing 38 minutes as well. I think that's another thing I'd be doing. Keep him in there unless he asks for a sub.
Unless you what?
Can't believe you said that.
I know. I look to my right. I look. Oh,
That's better. Good defense. Can they turn it into some offense? Crawford.
Dangerous.
That's what he can do.
Jesus. Jesus. That was lightning.
Look, he's skipping a jump and he was gone.
He's got 5 points.
When he's in the open court.
Top couple in the league for fast break points, Jordan Crawford. He's going to need more of that. Came off the back of getting a stop at the defensive end, Blanchfield. That's what he's been doing. He is shooting the ball really well.
Ruben Sarangi's got to know. You can't be sagging off top Blanchfield that far into the key.
9 of 16 from the three-point line his last 3 games.
That's hot toddy. He's feeling really good.
Coming off 17 points in that loss to Cairns. Most he's had in over 80 games is Doyle gets it to go. That's what Jackies want to see. Crawford and then Doyle. Back-to-back buckets.
Go back to the well. Continue to feed, continue to play off Milton Doyle.
Harvey. Just the 2 points so far. Blanchfield wants another look at it. We'll go to the free throw line.
Put these 3 down as makes.
Yeah, good to see Toddy get some early playing time. Last game against Cairns, he shot the lights out, and everybody knows what Toddy can do from the three-point line. It's the defensive end, and that's what Milton Doyle probably likes seeing. So Toddy's going to have his hands full on the other end. They're going to need to give some help.
He shot 5 of 9 from the three-point line in that loss to Cairns. As I said, the most points he's had as a Hawk, and the most points he's had in 82 games of basketball, the veteran.
I think he's add a little bit of colour up top.
Didn't feel the Grays have gone missing.
I think they've just gone missing a little bit.
Ball by Pete Hooley. Of course, last played 7 days ago. You guys spoke to Justin Tatum, great interview pre-game, and he said the break had just done them wonders, a little freshen up mentally and physically.
Normally goes one of 2 ways, right? When you lose a game that you're expected to win and play as poorly, especially the starting group did, you're normally sitting there just desperate, wishing you played 2 days later so you can forget it. And you're also kind of dreading what could be a tough week in practice. If you see a big gap in your schedule and you have that poor performance, who knows what the coach could dish up, but they've come out the right way.
They've had a pretty good run, the Hawks. This is only their 3rd away game in their last 9. Had a lot of home games. They weren't able to capitalise on all those opportunities, letting a few slip, but they're still in great shape. Destiny's in their hands whether they want to finish on top in the regular season for the first time in their history. Froling tried to split the double team.
Good patience. Sometimes when that pick and roll happens, sometimes the guards try to get downhill too easy or too quick and maybe shoot a floater, but that was good patience by getting Sam the ball, tangled up his feet with Majuk Ding, but it's gonna be some massive problems for the Jackies down low. And as long as they got Lockie Albrecht on the court with Sam, that's where the advantage is.
I'm sensing something down the other end too, Damon. Just keep an eye on Trey Kell. He is hungry for rebounds right now. He's already got 5. He's got 3 assists.
Yep. And there's Burgess.
Calling an early triple-double watch?
Yeah, is that what you were implying? Jeez. There it is, cheering.
Intent.
The code word for the Burgers. As he tried to get an assist out to Tyler Harvey.
Yeah, just his intent, especially, You normally see it from guys who know you can fill it up. He fills up the stat sheet, but they go extra hard for defensive boards. And Damien, I said it last week, something we need to change for next year. For the Hungry Jack's code for cheeseburgers, it is the name of the player who gives it away.
Yep, I like to order the Sam Frogman special, please.
An easy one to remember.
Good turnover so far for Tasmania. They try by 10. It's been a game-high lead. Froley. Goes straight at Gap, too easy.
So good.
That is too easy. I mean, that's like, Sam is like I said, he's not going to shoot that three. Jack got to do a better job moving his feet, but good on Sam for just going right at his body.
Crawford to Doyle. That's what we want to see.
Pete, I feel like they got to just pick up the pace. Like you saying, take the air out of the ball and slow it down, but they just don't score enough. So I just don't feel like they can afford to use up much of that shot clock because the Hawks going to put points on the board.
When you go back and look at the first quarter where they did push the pace, as I said as well, they had good looks. They missed a lot of easy ones inside the keyway. I think it's doable if they keep their superstars on the floor. See on the backside there, Trey Kell just got lost. Closeout, I know you're going to be late anyway, but that closeout's not going to make Tatum very happy.
See, that was the little things. Those are the little things.
Broke a run of 9 straight misses from beyond the arc for Tassie. Oh, and they give up the offensive rebound almost. Hawks couldn't capitalise. Doyle and Crawford looking to get to work. There it is again, the combination.
Yeah.
Back-to-back triples.
A play that a lot of teams run. Doyle comes off what looks like a flare screen, and then he comes right back off the same pick. Wide open 3-ball, 2 in a row for Doyle.
And Justin Tatum is seeing what you boys are seeing. He doesn't like it. Tangerine timeout. He wants to speak to the troops.
Good way to try and halt the momentum Tasmania can build in front of their home fans. But I like it. Running stuff for Doyle. He's got 10 points now. Miami replay. This is the first one. That's the closeout we're talking about from Trey Kell, or lack thereof. And then they went straight back to the well. The next possession down the floor. They hit the double figures already.
See, in that first quarter, I felt like the Hawks probably should have had about 30 points. It just seemed like it was a little bit lethargic. It was a lethargic 21 points. And then all of a sudden, the game just kind of gets away from you a little bit. Now, look, it is a proper game, and this is what Justin Tatum's worried about.
They're back to 7 points, and of course, the summer shootout ends tomorrow night. And there are 2 teams that have the chance to win the $50,000 cash, which at the moment is in the hands of the Cairns Taipans. It'll be Brisbane. We'll have a crack in Adelaide against the 36ers, and then Southeast Phoenix are going to try and see if they can go. You think they're a chance to go over to Perth and
Perth leak a lot of points,
put up a big score?
I mean, Perth will score a lot of points too. But Cairns Taipans are going to be sitting at home just watching. 50 grand is that in their hands, but really.
So right now, where you're leaning, Damon? Do you think Cairns hold on to the cash, or do you think one of the teams tomorrow night steal it?
Now, I think Cairns hang on to that. 50K the long way.
Good effort if the Brisbane Bullets can do it, considering most of their team now are out for the season, but maybe it'll be South East Melbourne. That'll be tomorrow night. Must watch basketball.
I think they're going to check the shot clock here, but also there's 5 people in the running for the Cairns Taipans for 100 grand.
Yep. 5 fans.
5 people selected 111
for Cairns
Taipans.
That's gutsy, isn't it?
That's one way to describe it.
And they're not allowed to split it.
No,
they can't make contact with each other.
They don't know each other. One winner only for the 100K. Would you just go all in, or would you like to split it? If that was you.
If I'm given the choice,
yeah.
I want it all.
Good pass.
Oh! It's going to be a goaltend. Jack doesn't like the call. He did get upstairs, but maybe just a fraction late.
Good pass by Davo. He's a big guard. He can pass out of a double team. He invited it. I like when the Hawks go with the both bigs on the floor at the same time. Don't see a whole lot of it, but Mason Peavy can play a lot of 4 as well. But like Albert has a rest on the bench.
Crawford and Doyle keep waxing, keep putting points on the board. On that occasion, 6 turnover. Top 3 in the league for turnovers, Milton Doyle. Again.
Okay, Davo. That's some nice point guard play and a sloppy turnover by Jordan Crawford.
Very aggressive, Hickey.
The patience on the ball screen. Let it develop. Let your big man roll. Sometimes the guards give it up too early, and the big got to take a couple of dribbles to get to the basket. That was perfect.
And a timeout's called, Tangerine timeout. Just a sloppy turnover from Jordan Crawford on the inbound pass. He's going to give the ball back to the Hawks. And Kelsey Brown, well, she caught up with one of the Tassie youngsters, Nick Stoddart, pre-game.
You look like you're absolutely stoked to be here. How does your family feel about the opportunities that you're getting? How do you feel? What's it feeling like for you?
I'm just grateful for the opportunity. Mum's super proud, I hope. And yeah, it's been super fun so far.
Lastly, I want to talk about your shooting confidence. You come out, you jack up some threes, you seem really confident in taking those shots. What's the mindset for you coming into the games and just being able to let fly?
Yeah, I mean, take the shots when you're open, stay aggressive, and if you see a couple go in, let it fly. But yeah, it's just putting in the work as well behind the scenes and trusting in the work.
Nicholas Stoddart there, coming off his breakout game against South East Melbourne, as we said earlier, with the 14 points, 3 of 5 from long range.
Shout out Ballarat Miners.
Preach.
A couple of former Miners over here, Joey.
Yeah.
Won championships. I don't know what the other one was doing. But I heard you got buckets though that year, Pete. I heard you got buckets.
That was multiple years.
That's because Pete was telling us off there earlier. No, Cal. Inbound the ball to Froling. Just been hovering around this 10 or 11 point margin most of the quarter.
It's a good timeout from Scott Roth because Illawarra Hawks, they can get momentum unlike most teams, the way they can just build it and continue to push the score up. This one might get looked at.
Both Hickey and Froling begging for Justin Tatum to take a look.
Oh, they double teamed him.
Well, Justin Tatum he's putting his trust in his captain, in Sam Froling. So now they're saying it's too late.
Too late?
He did take a while, and again, I'd like to see this again implemented next year as a bit of a shot clock on the coach's challenge, because normally they try and get to a replay as quick as they can to see whether they're going to win it.
Doyle gets fouled, and we'll go to the free throw line.
Well, I thought he was probably close enough.
With an 11-point lead and over 4.5 to go. Yeah. Good job by Doyle being aggressive out of that pick and roll.
Make sure you sign up to the JackJumpers Plus Fan Hub for your chance to win the ultimate JackJumpers weekend experience. There are new competitions, giveaways, and exclusive behind-the-scenes videos every week. You can join now for free. Scan the code on the bottom of the screen. Make sure you enter. Nice little
Frogmore Creek Winery had a couple of those. They're delicious drop. Put Barn Bugle in there as well. Don't see it on there. We'll throw it in.
So that's now 12 points for Milton Doyle. We talk about his season, Damon. In 13 games this year, he's had 11 points or less. So in half of his games this year, he scored 11 or less.
Incredible. A man of that scoring ability is just mystifying to me. But in that first quarter, he wins 5 minutes without shooting the ball. And now look, it's just like that. He can rack up points.
Game high 12. Only player on the floor in double digits. And the Hawks again go down to Froling.
That is bully ball.
Well, I'm confused.
That is bully ball.
In the first quarter, they were doubling him on the catch. He only scored a couple of points, but since then he's been really aggressive and dominant, and it didn't look like they wanted to send it now.
You want to double if you're going to double on the dribble, not that far out on the catch. The Sam will just make an easy pass and somebody's going to get a free ball. But after that second dribble, you probably want to send somebody.
He's just very, very tough to stop when he gets the ball on the floor. He's unique, unlike most traditional big men. Really thrives being able to put the ball on the floor. He's very crafty around the rim.
Are you slightly nervous, Damon, for the talk around his contract situation and what it might mean for the future, or you're not worried?
Not at all. I got some inside intel, Joey.
Doyle! This is what we want to see. 15 points on 5 of 7 shooting.
He's already over his average for the season with a quarter and a half to go, but gave up an easy layup to Dabo. But no, as far as Sam goes, now everything's going to be okay. We're not even panicking. He wants to be there. The Hawks want him there. It's only a matter of time.
Gonna get paid. Deservedly so. What a block from Hickey.
That's what he gives you, those little intangibles.
And now Blanchfield wide open in the corner. Couldn't capitalise, but Froling, they'll just pluck that rebound over Crawford. They go back to Froling. And he gets that left hand.
Same thing. When he puts the ball on the floor, you're in trouble because he is just so crafty. Get those angles to work on you. He gets anywhere around the Mitsubishi Motors logo. He's scoring.
12 points, 4 rebounds on 5 of 7 shooting for Sam Froling.
He is treating Gorjak Gak like a cone. Gorjak got to put up way more resistance. Be surprised if Gorjak don't get subbed out after that effort. This 12-point lead could blow out to 20 real quick.
Yeah. Thanks, mate.
Foul on Hickey.
White number 6 over the shoulder, green ball.
It's his first personal, only 5 fouls committed in this half from the Illawarra Hawks.
Look at this. This is just one dribble. One dribble. I mean, on his left hand, everybody knows Sam likes going left. He's just not getting any resistance from Gorjak.
So what do you do, Pete? Would you keep doubling that?
I think after this stage. Milton Doyle there with a turnover. That is a tough no-look pass. And the person you pass it to is not looking. Another turnover, 8 first half turnovers for Tasmania.
Go right back to Sam. Don't mess around. Cross screen.
In the double.
It's Crawford that tries to help with the double.
Too late.
Can't do it.
I know what you're saying, Damien, when they're waiting for him, if he catches it that close to the three-point line, waiting for him to dribble and then go. But unfortunately, he's not like the traditional big. If he gets a dribble from there, he's got an advantage and he's going to score.
And that is another turnover, and that may be an unsportsmanlike.
Now, Gorjak is about to get subbed out for Fabian Kristovich because he don't seem to care a whole lot about getting scored on multiple possessions. That is definitely a breakaway. That should be an upgrade, in my opinion.
Is an unsportsmanlike foul for a breakaway, contact on the side by green 25. Can you please confirm?
Well, they're going to have a look at it, but it looked pretty clear cut. So that'll be 2 free throws in the ball.
Yeah, Milt hooked him.
Heard the call there from the referees.
I'm not saying they're not going for the ball, but there's a clear grab on the arm that impedes his process.
And Trey misses the first one. See, one thing the Hawks should do, I think, Pete, in this situation, they realize Sam has the hot hand. We always talk about going to the hot hand, feeding the beast. I'd be shocked if this ball did not go inside to Sam. Now, if he gets double, he'll make the decision, but they got to go to him again.
How frustrated he missed 1 free throw. He's 4th in the league, shooting at just under 90% for the season. It's game high, 15-point lead. Now Harvey, pick and roll action with Froling, instead just goes to that beautiful floater.
Very beautiful. He's been doing that since he's been here. Float game, exquisite.
Quickly, it's blown out to 17 after Milton Doyle knocked down back-to-back triples. Got it within 7 at that time out. Tyler Harvey acknowledges the foul.
Legit ding for me. No shot attempts. I mean, he don't have control of the ball, but this is when sometimes I said, Pete, Jackie Wade sometimes is too conservative, is too unselfish. You got a guy like Majid Dean that can score, and there's no real set play to get him a ball. He's got Tyler Blanchfield guarding him. You would like that matchup.
Crawford. Good set there. They've run a couple of nice sets for good looks from 3. They've hit 4 threes now. Doyle's got 3 of those, Crawford the other. But I'm with you, get it in that mid-post. That's where Majid Deng virtually unstoppable at times. Just Blanchfield can't get that one to go. It's going to be a white ball.
Got a couple of good looks this quarter, Todd Blanchfield, with just 1 of 4 from the 3-point line. the stat with Majok Deng when he's scored 15 points or more in a game. They're 7-1 this season, the Jackies. Yet to have a field goal attempt. Harvey, back. Oh, that was halfway down.
The right.
Crafty. The crafty Tyler the Creator. I'm not a fan of Tyler the Creator's lyrics, but Tyler the Creator Harvey's game.
Really appreciate you clearing that up, Chris. Again, you said a couple of things. I've looked to my right, I've looked down, I've looked at you.
Your all NBL team, Damon. You got Tyler Harvey or Trey Kell in your all NBL first
layup.
Oh, there's Blanchfield.
Sloppy turnover.
And costly turnovers, killing the Jackies. That's their 10th. They only average 12 a game.
No, I'm all-star 5, Joey, all-NBL first team. Tyler Harvey's in it over Trey Kell if I had to pick between those two. Not saying I'm going to put him in my 5, but if it was between them two, I'm going Tyler.
Now Swike on the bullet, we'll go to the free throw line. Pete, you're still Trey Kell in your all-NBL team?
The more I look at it, you need to have one of them in there, right? You need to have one of them in there. But they're going to take a couple of votes off each other too. So you just hope that that doesn't get lost and they both find themselves in the all-NBL second team. I think the best team in the league needs to have representation in 100%. There. But there's some elite talent going for that this year. Kendrick and Bryce Cotton, they're going to be locks. Casey Craven, Matt Hurt, Montrez has been very good. Xavier Cooks, Jalen Adams, they've all been very good. Chris Golding.
Their free throw shooting tonight, the Hawks, that's 10 of 18. Left a few points out there. They still lead comfortably by 19. Rizlovic.
And this is situations like this when the game looks over. Even though we all know it's not. But when you got a nice, comfortable 17-point lead, this is when the Hawks, this is when complacency can creep in. Instead of having that kind of killer instinct to just bury a team and go into the half up 25, I wouldn't be surprised the way things are kind of unfolding, that it could be a 12 to 14-point lead to half, which isn't what it should be.
Inside the final minute of this first half. Blanchfield standing there for an eternity. Plenty of looks in this quarter. Crawford.
Good job, Hardy. He was on his heels.
Here's Deng. Still looked a bit banged up, but we'll be able to go to the free throw line.
I like an aggressive Deng. Another one, he can get into mid-range. He's got a fadeaway. He can just face up, knock it down, shoot the 3-ball, and put it on the floor.
They are a team that don't get to the free throw line too often. 10th in the competition, just 18 per game. Only had the 6 attempts in the first half compared to 18 for Illawarra.
Now you preaching to the choir when you start talking about Majok Deng and his fan club. I'm in it. I feel like he's one of the few unguardable dudes in the league. But on the Hawks, though, Pete, like, they run an offense, got a little cute when you can just literally just dribble down and just throw it to Sam. I don't need a ball screen. Just give it to him.
Just like that.
Give it to him.
Now, you remember a couple of weeks ago when Adelaide did this with Isaac Humphries in the first half, and they were dominating. They went away from him in the second half. They lost that game. Same thing here. If they run a double, Sam Froling is going to pass the ball to open shooters, but keep going to the well. They can't guard him.
Steindl comes up short. Final possession of this half. Cal wants the ball in his hands, wants the final shot. Can't finish. But it's a comfortable 18-point lead. Damon and Pete look at each other. They can't believe it. They didn't go to Sam Froling.
They could have got a better shot there, but hey, you know, that's just me.
So they just get a little bored sometimes. Good players just get a little bit bored of going to the same place.
You know what? Players are so nice to each other. Sam would never say, hey, man, he'll never do that. But 18-point lead to the Hawks. They'll be happy with holding the JackJumpers under 40.
And it was a concern coming in, the offensive firepower for this Tassie JackJumpers side. Only shot at 38% from the field. Kelsey Brown as the man with the hot hand in the first half.
I do. I'm here with Sam Froling. Sam, last week, 1 assist to the half. This week, you guys are absolutely humming offensively, 52 points to the half. What's impressed you most in that first 20?
I mean, trusting each other. Massive emphasis after last week. The week before when we played Brisbane, we smacked them when we were moving that ball. It's massive emphasis on that. We know they're a little smaller inside without Magno, so we've been pushing it into.
They are a team that you can't get complacent with. Yes, there's an 18-point deficit at the moment, but Tassie aren't a team that you can count out. What do you need to do in the second half to make sure you get the win?
I mean, we need to play defense like that. 34 points and a half is great. You know, we want to keep it there and then just keep playing our game offensively.
Impressive game by you. Enjoy the half. Well, there you go. It's been all the way of the Hawks in the first 20. They lead 52-34 at the major break. Milton Doyle has been aggressive early, but it's been a tale of the turnovers for the JackJumpers. Don't go anywhere. Lee, Damon and Pete will be back to break down the halftime highlights after this. You're watching the Champion Pride Round in the Hungry Jacks NBL.
Specialising in residential, commercial, wastewater and civil works across southern Tasmania. Howler Plumbing, your trusted partner for all your plumbing needs. Speed is everything. Get on the road, speed can take everything away. Drive too fast, cross the line. Slow down, stay in control, and drive through conditions.
Champion Pride Round, round 19 kicking off half-time, My State Bank Arena, and it's the Illawarra Hawks looking to consolidate top spot on the ladder, doing it easily at half-time, leading by 18 points. They led by 8 at quarter-time. They're able to extend that with a big second term, and everyone getting involved on the scoreboard. Justin Tatum, he preached defence pre-game. We heard from the players, they said they were focusing on defence, and Damon Lowry, Pete Hawley, they'd be pleased with what they've done on the defensive end.
Got off to a great start. To hold a team to under 40 points and a half of basketball, they're shooting less than 40%. They're doing exactly what Justin Tatum wanted. They're also taking care of the basketball, but They got an 18-point lead. They win in every quarter. If they can just maintain this and not relax, because Justin Tatum will still be looking at him with the side eye, Joey. Like, is this the quarter now because we have a lead that you're going to now relax? So we'll see if they can come out in the third quarter with the same intensity.
Well, we take a look at the Hungry Jacks halftime highlights, Pete. We've spoken about them on the defensive end, but offensively, they just continue to do really what they've done all season. And it starts by going down low to this man, Sam Froling, and at times in this game, he's looked unguardable.
Well, they lead the league in paint points for good reason, because you're right. He's so unique when he puts the ball on the floor. That's on the three-point line. He just gets past Gack, and they're taking advantage of it. Even the little pick and rolls, he's such a good reader of the play. He'll get to the right spot. They tried to send a double team early. It didn't work. They haven't doubled in the second quarter, and he just went to work. And Sam Froling is having himself a big game. Beautiful Blackmore shot chart. If I'm the Illawarra Hawks, continue to go to the well. Don't worry about what Tasmania do. He's smart enough to play through that. Adelaide made the mistake of going away from Humphreys a few weeks ago on this floor. Tasmania won the game. Do not make the same mistake.
Well, only 34 points for the Jackies at halftime. 23 of them have come between Milton Doyle and Jordan Crawford. Dame, we've put the heat on Milton Doyle. He's been really inconsistent and at times hasn't really been as productive as they would have hoped for. But this is what we see and what we expect from Doyle more of.
This is why Milton Doyle is the most confusing player to me in the entire league, because he can go one quarter with 2 points, then come out in the second quarter and get you 13 points. You just don't know from quarter to quarter which Doyle will turn up. His offensive aggressiveness, when he's like in that mode, like I said, one of the best in the league. But when he's not, he's a pedestrian, and the Tasmania JackJumpers cannot afford a passive Milton Doyle.
And what we have learnt is never, ever write off the Tassie JackJumpers. It's basically season on the line in this second half. So let's see if they can fight back. There's a big second half still to come. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
In terms of Pride Round, things get a little misconstrued sometimes that we're trying to like push pride onto everyone else. But the purpose of Pride Round is to make basketball a more inclusive environment. Basketball is a place where everyone is welcome, no matter of your gender or sexual identity. Any sort of representation of pride in any major sport is super influential, because as a young kid, sometimes you can feel like you don't quite fit in. For me now, I try and lead by example for what younger me might have needed, knowing that there'll be plenty of other younger girls who also need that representation.
The NBL supporting Pride Round is so important and so significant. The NBL has such a massive audience, and you look around the world, there's so much hatred. Playing in the 1990s, the NBL was a great league, but certainly the social messaging side of things was not prominent. Undoubtedly, there were athletes who would have been struggling with their own identities. So seeing the NBL take a position now, it's great that it's happening.
Traditionally, sport isn't a super welcome place for people who are part of the LGBTQIA+ community. It's hard to encapsulate everything that it means, other than like a simple rainbow on a uniform can make a younger kid look up and think, oh, I'm allowed to be here and I'm welcome here, instead of feeling completely out of place.
Welcome back to the Hungry Jacks NBL. How amazing is it that we are celebrating Pride Round here in the NBL? It's an amazing initiative by the league. We absolutely love celebrating Pride, and I am lucky enough to be joined by none other than the owner of the NBL, Larry Kesselman. Larry, thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.
Champion Pride Round, it's in its third year. Can you talk to us about how important this is for the league and for you personally, for you and your family?
Look, for the league to have a place that is safe, that's inclusive, that's always been our stand. We're a family product. We want everyone involved with the NBL to feel like it's theirs. So to celebrate Pride and to make all of our community feel like it's theirs as well is super important to myself, to my family, and I think what NBL stands for.
Yeah, NBL is amazing at celebrating Pride, as is the Tasmanian fans at celebrating their own. We're here at My State Bank Arena. It's the 54th sellout consecutively here. That is some sort of record for teams in Australian sport, let alone here in Tasmania. Can you talk to us about potentially the expansion of this great arena and getting more fans to come and experience this great atmosphere?
Yeah, well, it's definitely headed to break the record. I think that's currently with Townsville. So 54 or 55 consecutive sellouts at this arena. I think there's a very clear sign that we need to expand. So chats are going well with the government. We're on the way. So the crowd is amazing. They love it. Not used to being behind. I think they're a bit shocked, but the atmosphere is still amazing. So it's a great place to visit.
No, we absolutely love having you here. Thank you so much for your time, and enjoy Pride Round celebrating that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kelsey, and thanks for Larry for his time. Yeah, sport just in general in Tasmania is booming at the moment. Pete and Dame, we saw the Hobart Hurricanes win the BBL for the first time. We know the success that the Jackies have had in their recent times, and then of course the AFL team coming in the next few years. So plenty to love and enjoy about sport down in Tasmania.
Yeah, there's another 4,000 or 5,000 people waiting outside. We'd love to watch this game. Good pass by Jordan Crawford.
And they're going to need a big second half here, Tassie. Hopefully they're not scarred by that second half against South East Melbourne. Pete, they were outscored 70-35 in that half. It just got all too much for them. Can they put up a better fight? Certain they will. Can they put up a big enough fight to just give themselves a chance to get back in this contest? Peatling wants to fire away.
Good shot by Mason. They're taking advantage of the way the JackJumpers defend ball screens. They always jump out show aggressively. That means if you can reverse the ball to the other side, there's going to be a wide open shooter. And right now, Mason Peatling, Tom Blanchfield, guys like that are knocking down, shooting enough shots.
Two good offensive possessions to start for the JackJumpers. But they're not going to be able to just get it done on that end. They need to get some stops.
Easier said than done. Any team this year's been able to stop the Hawks. Peatling give his team another opportunity. Cal just got the 3 points. He said just had his shooting woes his last 2 or 3 games, 1 of 6 from the field. Just come off the boil ever so slightly from terrific heights that he's had for most of the year. Crawford.
It's going to be a cut now. Trey Kell.
Tyler Harvey going down there in no man's land. You're not double teaming, you're not really helping. That's just an easy kick out to Jordan Crawford, who's not going to ever turn that shot down. They dodged a bullet on that one. But Pete, what do you think about, I see the Gorjak Gack trying to full front Sam falling down the post.
Well, the one way to try and stop them having a double team, if they can just deny him getting the ball. And that's too easy from an Illawarra perspective, but that's just what Scott Roth wants to see. Well executed, a simple pin down. Clint Steindl always makes sure his feet going into a 1-2. Stopping a score would make things very interesting in terms of will we get a timeout from Tatum.
The extra pass from Peatling to Harvey.
You mentioned at halftime, Damon. Just not having that one quarter where they don't look locked in.
Deng. Doyle this time. Both come up short.
Yeah, that was any one of those shots go in, and I'm thinking
timeout.
It's a timeout for sure.
Saw the body language from Tatum on that offensive rebound. That's going to help settle it down.
I mean, the formula is just kind of go inside the Sam. He's still being guarded by Gorjak Gack. It's Jordan Crawford, like I said, he's just lethal in transition. But without trying to reinvent the wheel, don't now all of a sudden think, okay, now it's kind of my turn. Because Sam is going to make everything else happen. And then everybody can get to eat, as they say these days.
Well, in the back end of that second quarter, what I love the most about it is they had some offense side to side and set cross screens. It was Tyler Harvey sending a cross screen for Froling. Rather than just walking the ball up the floor, saying, turn around, we'll try and throw it to you, where you see the way that Gack's defending him. Okay, he's not open. He doesn't exist in the offense. You can go side to side, get a cross screen, get some movement, and feed the big man and play off him. He's got an advantage.
Just makes one of two. Now Harvey. Steindl just a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, that's... Tyler was like this. Old Tyler would have pulled that up a long time ago. He tried to be a little patient, but then it got the better of him like this. Wait a minute, Clint, I can't let you go.
I was thinking more of the other side. It's a better move from Steindl when you see a guy dancing with it and you know you don't spring chicken anymore. If I just get a quick foul here, I'll get out of this.
Froling gave it up to Peatling and then went after his own offensive rebound. Steindl will force a jump ball.
Used to be my trick guarding Jerome Randall. Stuck on an island, no foul. Someone else get it.
Tassie still don't have a second player in double figures. Doyle's got the 15, Jordan Crawford got the 9. They just need multiple scores. Still taking the scoreboard over it. Just under 41% from the field, but you got to always wonder, is there enough firepower on the roster?
Steindl's been able to get 5 quick points this quarter. Deng's got all 3 points from the free throw line. Of course, Doyle and Crawford have been hitting the scoreboard. Harvey, double teamed, finds the open man. It's going to be stepping out of bounds.
Pass just wasn't on the money. It was a great read out of the double team. Good effort from the JackJumpers to speed up that 11-second offense.
Just a chance to try and eat into this margin. We said 8-2 at home at My State Bank Arena this season. Steindl for another triple. That's 8 points in this quarter.
I was just about to slightly criticize Majid things not going one-on-one in that play. But when you got Clint Steindl open on the three-point line, that is just about as good as options you can get.
I wouldn't be surprised if Trey Kell's going to come out of the game soon here, because he tried to cheat that on the weak side. He's had a couple of defensive lapses. Good drop-off pass to Froling, who puts a lid on it. But you cannot fall asleep if you're guarding Clint Steindl, and if you do, you've just got to lock and trail. He tried to cheat underneath, paid the ultimate price.
Now Deng back down on Mason Peatling. Did well to draw the fouls. We take a look at the naming replay. Pete, this is what Clint Steindl's so good at.
Sure is. There it is, Trey Kell. He cheated. And Clint Steindl taught him a lesson. Gets his feet set. That left-right from Clint Steindl. He's done it his whole career. And there's the little drop-off pass. Harvey to Peatling to Froling. Jamie replay.
And this is that section of the game. Hawks got a 14-point lead. Majuk knocked one of these down. If the lead is still enough, it's enough to make the Jackies think they can win. And that's the issue with the Illawarra Hawks when they got an 18-point lead. They quicker to go from 18 down to 14 as opposed to going up the other way.
Scoring coming a little easier for Tasmania this third quarter, already 12 points.
You're right, Pete. Davo, Trey got the hook.
It's not the first time he's done it in this game. I think that was... It's always the worst one, too, when you've got a knockdown shooter who scores after you tried to cheat the play, and there's Tyler Harvey.
That's pretty.
So crafty.
He's got 10 points now, joins Sam Froling in double digits. 3 assists, 3 rebounds. Now Steindl, little heat check.
Definitely went down. Good ball movement by the Jackies. Got the hot guy to shot, just couldn't knock it down.
And travel, the defense. Starting to force some turnovers on the Hawks.
Tyler Harvey asking for a jump ball. I thought it potentially could have been. Oh, no, just a little too quick. Defense, great positioning from Milton Doyle.
Here is Doyle. Hasn't scored yet this third quarter. 15 points at the half. Sparkle the bullet for company. To swing it to Deng. Good hustle from Gak.
Good job by Gorjak cleaning up the scraps. Doyle drew the attention, got Majuk a shot. And the way the defenses are scrambling, sometimes the way they defend these ball screens, everybody's not accountable who you boxing out. And Gorjak did a good job of just going to the front of the rim, picking up some scraps.
Still don't think the Hawks went to Froling enough in that first 5 minutes. He's going to sit down for a breather here. One field goal. It was that drop-off dunk, which wasn't really set up for him. As I said, it was a major reason why the Adelaide 36ers fell apart in that second half and overtime a couple weeks ago. Humphries could have had 40.
It's that one to go. Haven't seen much of Ian Hummer, just 4.5 minutes.
Have to check him now.
Spoke too soon, Joey. Here he comes.
Hickey. Now the whistle's starting to get blown a fair bit. He'll go to the free throw line.
And Driven's been quiet. He's been, you know, he hasn't played a whole lot of minutes, kept picking up a foul there. You just lose track. And a guy like Davo Hickey is kind of perpetual motion. He never just stands around waiting for the game to come to him. Driven got caught in no man's land on the sprint line, and Davo just crashed the glass. Good cut, got himself on the strike.
Just always involved. Davo Hickey now 6 points, a couple of rebounds, a couple of assists. He's picked up 3 fouls in just 10 minutes. Just an energizer bunny. It's been so crucial for Justin Tatum this season. A huge role come playoff time. We've spoken a lot, Pete, about the importance of the bench and the depth players in finals.
Yeah, I say it all the time. Again, in recent history, makes it even more obvious. But your superstars, your main guys are going to get you to a championship series, but the bench is going to get you over the line.
Here's Doyle. And he somehow get his team back into the finals race. That's a pretty move, just a bit long on it. Still hovering at this 16-point margin late in the third quarter, and there's just a different type of floater for Tyler.
He better have made that floater because Toddy Blanchfield was wide open, but a Tyler Harvey floater, I'd love to know the shooting percentage on season. It'd have to be over 50.
Tried to get it to Olbrich, and Hummer is called for the foul. Looks a bit perplexed.
They just can't get that lead. Once it gets anywhere around 13, 14, Jackies just can't score to get it under 10 to really make the Hawks to find out if they're really about it. Lead blows out quickly to 18 with a chance to go to 20. You happy with that sub, Pete? Milton Doyle going out?
Nope. Set up from the start. I'm playing him close to 40 as Lee. Straight into the game, knocks it down. That's back out to 21.
Almost like every time he checks in, Lee, the first time he touches it, he shoots. That's what he's in the lineup to do. Knocks down his first points of the night. Now it's game high, 21. Just wonder, Damon, whether just that little voice in the head right now for Tassie, it got too hard for them last week against South East Melbourne. How do they sort of go against what their mind's probably saying, where they start the spirit starts to break a little bit?
Yeah, the season's almost over, and Toddy gets dodge the bullet. Yeah, they don't lay down. The Jackies do not. There's some fight in them, but back-to-back layups from Jordan.
Crawford will keep fighting. 13 points. And Doyle have 28 of the 51.
Leading scorer on the team. He started the season. Came off the bench when Shawnee Mack came back. And even when Shawnee Mack got hurt, his Tyler teams went off, he still came off the bench. He's just a consistent scorer no matter where you play him, when you play him. Averaging 16 points a game. Like I said, I mean, depending on which way Scott wants to go next season with the imports, I'm personally a little biased, but the guys, I know what I'm going to get from them. I don't know what I'm going to get from Doyle from game to game.
You're a little something. I think it's going to be Milton Doyle. I think they'll bring Milton Doyle back just because of everything that he's meant to the club. But it's hard. There's a few teams where you have to think about this season what could have been. Had Sean McDonald not got hurt at the start, we know all the Jack McVeigh drama that got spoken about for so long.
Can they bring them both back in a world? Can you see them bringing both Doyle and Crawford
they
back?
have to nail that third import.
Stoddart gets his first points. The third import will be the crucial factor in that.
It's been the one thing they haven't really done throughout their entire existence too. They've always had one import that doesn't deliver as much as the other two.
So Tangerine timeout. They lead by 15 points, but Kelsey Brown courtside has a very special guest with her.
I do. I've got Darius Day's injured star for the Hawks. I want to hear about this hamstring. How's the rehab progressing? And when can we see you back?
Rehab's been going beautiful. My time to come back, I don't know yet, but hopefully soon. I miss being out there with my guys, but they looking good without me out there.
We spoke to Justin Tatum pre-game, and he spoke about how much he pushed for you to be around the guys. You're traveling with the team. How important is it for you to stay connected with this group coming into finals?
Man, I just feel like my presence just speaks a lot for itself. Me being around my guys and them continue to play hard and do their jobs, it's just beautiful how they're playing tonight.
You seem like a teammate that everyone would love to have on their team. What do you think the guys need to do to close this one out?
Continue playing defense. They're playing great defense. Make our free throws. That's the biggest thing, is making our free throws and continue playing hard for each other.
We absolutely love watching you play. Enjoy the rest of rehab.
For sure. Thank you.
Tell you what, you can see why Justin Tatum would have brought him on the trip, because he's a guy that looks like will be fun to be around. You know, there's some guys that are injured, Damon, they mope around and be a real pain in the backside. He'd seem like he'd still provide a
great character. Great character. It's a great story too. You go back to the start of the season, how he even got signed. Playing against them. There's a technical foul on the Tasmania bench throughout all that. And Trey Kell is going to go to the line. As you said, one of the best free throw shooters in the league this season.
Has missed one tonight, but just under 90% for the season. I think he deserves the right to take the technical free throw. Makes it a 16-point margin.
Had some options. This man right here, the inbound to top Blanchfield, and Tyler Harvey is off, but
Sparkle the bullet, Lee. Aldrich will set the screen and then roll. Great ball movements.
Wow. Taking advantage of the way the Jackies are trying to just about trap the ball screen. They can't rotate quick enough. That once that pass gets out, it's 4 against 3. Hawks know exactly how to punish it.
It's beautiful offense. Well, the best offense we have seen in recent years. Hummer helps himself to his first points.
Bully ball, Pete. He's capable.
4 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Olbrich got the mismatch. Then goes to work on Stoddart and has a chance to finish the play.
Saw the mismatch. The confidence that Olbrich has been playing with this season just adds to their bench depth and how potent they are offensively. It's going to be Olbrich any given night. Lee comes in. Blanchfield's been stepping up in Day's absence. There is just weapons everywhere.
I love seeing that post move too. Nick Stoddart, even though it's a mismatch, just the way he spun off of him. See Sam Meninga do that a lot when you try to crowd a guy. He spins off here, he goes baseline, elevates.
Olbrich, his last 5 games, has made 21 of 22 from the field. Not free throws, field goal attempts. Sort of form he's in. Oh, he picks up a foul on that occasion.
Good foul on Olbrich.
21 of 22 from the field. His last 5, including tonight.
He doesn't take bad shots. He doesn't take shots that, you know, is out of his range. Always around the basket, very cagey. Can get the rebound and go coast to coast. Lockie's got a lot in his skill set.
Hummer, this is the first.
Yeah, really struggles at the line. Hummer. 3-ball actually looks okay. He's knocked down a couple of threes this season, shoots it a little different than he does free throws. Kind of stabs at it when he gets to the stripe.
Have they got the impact out of him they were hoping, or has it been too hard to judge because of the injuries to the rest of the team? As he misses both free throws.
Well, no, they definitely wouldn't have got as much as they needed, but you're right, the injuries at the time to the key personnel. Go back to that's the biggest out for them.
Huge. That season injury, the toe.
Sean McDonald, too, obviously. That goes back to Singapore in the preseason. That messed everything up. And then the Magne one. Juk Deng.
Smart offense by the Hawks. They go right back to the exact same play. The Jackies didn't want to jump out as aggressive as they did on the previous possession. Homer was kind of sagging off a little bit. But then you give a little bit of daylight for Trey Kell to try to split it. This is some offensive precision we're watching right now by the Hawks.
They're in the bonus. Cowles missed 2 free throws tonight.
This is one more. I'm taking technicals off him. It's going to go to Tyler Harvey.
9 missed free throws this game with a 20-point lead. It's just been a comfortable 20-point lead. The Jackies haven't shown a real desire to get back in this game. They cut it to 13 a couple of occasions, but just can't go on with it.
Haven't been able to get closer than 12 points since quarter time. Steindl's tried his hardest. He's had 8 this quarter.
Steindl's another one with an option for next year. There's a foul on Trey Kell. I'm bringing Clint Steindl back as, again, you talk about the fabric of the JackJumpers, what he's meant to them since they began. Playing side of it's one thing. He's still showing that he can come on and contribute. He's been starting some games this year. 8 points in this one, 2 threes. They say the one thing that is last to go is your shooting. So Clint Steindl, 100% locking him back in.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see who they go after in the free agency, because the third import spot.
Oh, what?
There's something you don't see every day.
No, that's...
And I don't know what it feels like.
He shot an air ball, Pete, in the game from the free throw line. Can you remember?
I thought that was a stitch up. I have.
Have you really?
Absolutely, I have.
In a professional game?
In an NBL game.
Oh, wow.
Had one that slipped straight out against Brisbane.
Oh, nice feed from Harvey to Olbrich.
The Jackies, don't ring the bell.
It wasn't short on.
Don't.
So far right. It's just like, oh, no, hello.
Did you try and claim it slip?
You know, wipe the hands on your shorts. Like,
just staring at it.
21, that is the equal game high. Really struggling. Crawford, as good a three-point look as you'll get. Just gives them something on the three-quarter time siren, but they are up against it. Season on the line. And at the moment, they have no answers for the Illawarra Hawks.
As you heard there, Marcel back in Reno, thanks to Marcel back, our good friends of Marcel back in his time with the All-Star shots. And Jenna is here with us. She's got 6 shots on the court. The more she gets in, the more chances to win unbelievable prizes. Ready to go. Let's go. Grab a spot. Play a counter in. Marcel back in Reno. Counter in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh, let's go, Jenna. The more she gets in, move around. 6 shots on the court. Oh, he's on fire. Thanks to our game sponsor, Howard Plumbing. Protect your home with expert roof services with Howard Plumbing.
Champion Pride round here in Hobart, and it's all the visitors. Hawks back to their dominant best. They lead the JackJumpers 77-59 at the finish of this third quarter. Milton Doyle, he was incredibly aggressive in that first half, but he did not score in that third quarter. Damon Lowry, my big question is, how do they get Milton Doyle more involved and lead this comeback?
You can't, Kels. This is who Milton Doyle is. This is his personality. He comes and goes. Everybody's seen Milton play this whole season. This is what happens. He don't score 2 points in one quarter, 13 in another, 0 in another. This quarter, he could go for 14 points. I wouldn't be surprised, but everybody else has also got to pitch in as well.
25 apiece in that third quarter. They're able to break even, Tassie, with Illawarra, but that doesn't help them trying to eat into this big margin. Start up with the first bucket. 2 or 3 scores in a row. Steindl. That's going to help. That's 5 quick ones to start.
And they need a little bit to get this crowd back involved. From the Hawks' perspective, get Sam rolling the rock. Just get him involved in the offense. Had 1 shot in that third quarter. This man works as well.
That's fourth quarter. And that's where Tyler Harvey does his best work. And he gets his 15th point. 6 of 12 from the field. Steindl. I'd be disappointed with that. Great look for him. Doyle. Does he look to be aggressive? Gives it up to Steindl. Oh, the old boy won't back the clock.
I just saw a pig fly.
We saw Chris Golding throw one down last week, and now Steindl getting upstairs.
That looked like it hurt.
He's got 13 points, equal season high. They get a stop here. Hummer trying to guard Harvey. That floater can't go. That was a tough one. And then Tarangi couldn't bring it down. And Harvey will kick it out, and they'll set up again. Blanchfield wide open.
Tyler, good job, Tyler. He wanted to shoot it. Tyler Blanchfield and Clint Steindl, 2 guys that can just catch and shoot with the best of them. And just like that, it was 13-point deficit. Just like that, 17. They just can't get over the double-digit hump.
Todd Blanchfield up to 12 points.
He's been so good in Day's absence.
Yeah, last 3 games, renaissance. There he is again.
Wow. Missed a couple of wide open ones as well.
And he's had some good looks tonight, 3 of 9. Let's take a look at the Amy replay. Pete, talk us through this one.
Oh, have a look at this. Gets the pass from Doyle, and that right there is age. He turned it over. That's a dunk.
That's more of a dunk than what Chris got. And we still counting Chris's dunk.
Oh, they're both dunks.
Yeah.
But he genuinely looked sore after that.
35 years of age, Pete Steindl. Hummer.
I wonder if there's anything in it when a lefty guards a lefty. Sam's guarding in Hummer, he's a lefty. Sometimes it can be quirky to guard, they guard each other.
Let's get back down courtside. Kelsey.
Todd Blanchfield has been so impressive for the Hawks in the last 2 outings. Impressive there, but I want to ask the boys, why is he getting so many open looks? What's the breakdown defensively for the JackJumpers for him to get so many open shots?
I think it just comes with the style of play that the Hawks run, because normally it's Days in that position as the backup power forward, and Days gets a lot of open threes as well. The guard weapons means that a lot of the defenders are looking at where's Tyler Harvey, where's Trey Kell. They're worried about Sam Froling down low, so if you're a 4-man, that's the power forward spot that Blanchfield's playing. You kind of just fill a gap and you find yourself open. They're an unselfish team.
Crowd still engaged. And then late whistle. Tarangi over the top of Trey Kell.
The Jackies are a very prideful team. They've always been. And even with bodies down, I'm still looking at enough talent that you can win a quarter of basketball. Like, you don't want to lose 4 quarters of basketball. And right now, to be down 17, the last thing you want to do is get blown out at home. I'm just expecting some more resistance.
Already their 2 biggest losses in franchise history have been this season as Cal knocks down another triple, of course. They lost by 33 to the Hawks back in round 4. Only to have that record out to 36 in that loss, as we said, last round to South East Melbourne. As Drimmick gets the little finger roll, just his first points of the night, coming back from that illness last week. Still 18 points, the margin. Never really threatened the Hawks at all in this game. Now Cal might start cashing in. He'll go to the free throw line.
Fouls on Stoddard.
That's what Trey's good at. One of the many things he's good at. Penetration, kind of extending the arms out, a la James Harden. Good at drawing contact, getting that shot up, getting himself to the stripe. Let's see if he can reward himself. Hawks have missed 9 free throws thus far.
This loss tonight, Damon officially puts a line through the Jackie season.
Unless Adelaide lose all 3 of their last game. I mean, that's the only way. But Adelaide, there's no way I can see them losing
Brisbane tomorrow with Brisbane's lineup they've got. You can't expect Adelaide to lose. And then Tassie finish with Melbourne in Melbourne next week, Pete, and then Cairns game at home that they would still feel they could win, but it's just been all too much for them this season.
Yeah, the injuries, the timing of it. As we said, the Sean McDonald one in the pre-season through the lineup out of whack with what Scott Roth wanted to do.
We spoke earlier, it'd be fascinating to see who they bring back next season, what they do with the roster. And the Hawks, you feel this will almost cement top spot on the ladder for them. They are a game of percentage clear.
No, they're there.
New Zealand next game.
Like with the Hawks roster, with the youth that they all have in that team, there's no reason that every single one of those guys don't come back. And if they can somehow win a championship this season, if Doyle gets one to go, you could be looking at a potential dynasty.
He's talking dynasties. Pete.
If they can get the first one. You got to get the first one, Joey.
He's talking dynasties.
Because you're going to see these exact same dudes again.
An extracurricular here from Drimmick and Hickey.
Wouldn't be a game without Drimmick getting involved in some little skirmish.
Fouled out now. 14 minutes.
Frustration clearly showing.
And back to that conversation, Joe, I'll abstain from commenting on that.
All tongue-in-cheek, of course. They have got their eye on the prize this year.
He's not tongue-in-cheek.
No, we know what he meant.
If they can get the first, you know.
They're right. The age group, the age demographic of this Hawks team is quite scary. Here is Froling. Just the one field goal attempt in that third quarter after having 16 points at the half. Gives it up to Sparkle the Bullock.
Every time they double.
And it is back to 20 points. They are doing it easily, the Illawarra Hawks. Tangerine timeout.
And please welcome back the Surface Check score.
Sparkle the Bullock now with 9 points, 4 of 4 from the field. He's been able to clamp Milton Doyle since half-time, who's just had the 2 points. Sam Froling himself's only had 2 points since half-time, so the two men that had the hot hand hardly got going in the second half.
They've done more than enough. 20-point lead never looked like losing. Jackie's got the 13 a couple of times, couldn't go on with it. Hawks got way too much firepower for them. They playing with way more intensity on the defensive end, and the Jackies could just be waiting for their season to finish.
Again, the Hawks are going to do it comfortably without Trey Callum, Tyler Harvey having massive nights. So the Illawarra Hawks, they are in cruise control now. Going to get their 18th win of the season. Of course, Hobart, and there are a couple of hometown heroes. There is the skipper, Nathan Ellis, in the front row. And the Hobart Hurricanes still enjoying.
Partying.
Yeah, he still had the beer in hand, and rightly so. Everyone's talking about Mitch Owen's 100, but him coming on, taking some wickets, getting Davey Warner was crucial. Hobart loved what they saw. They haven't enjoyed what they've seen tonight, though, from their Jackies. It'll be 7 of their last 8 they're going to lose. And again, another big margin.
Well, I
feel like the end of season can't come quick enough now.
Until this season is done and won, Tasmania currently hold 2 of those championships in some pro sports leagues around Australia.
Yep.
Point lead on Justin Tatum, 4 minutes to go. Starters off. Let's get some DPs out there.
He's still got 4 of the starters on the floor at the moment. And they'll keep possession.
This game is already been decided, so it's about how you finish it. I think Justin Tatum will be happy. His boys played 3.5 good quarters. No complacency.
Been able just to get the job done. Injury-free, we have Darius Days. They're still not sure when he's going to be back.
No need to rush him, because you're going to get a fever break as well. You're going to miss the play-in tournament. So, Hawks might not play again for a month. Days might not play again for a month, sorry. For the Hawks, get plenty of time. Just there's no point, even if he is 98% before next weekend, there's just no point doing it when you've got the fever break in a play-in tournament.
Get some apple cider vinegar on that hamstring. It will speed up the recovery. I know about these things.
Proven.
Apple cider vinegar. Not drink it. Put it on the face washer. Wrap it around the hammy. Let it do its stuff. You guys haven't heard about that one?
Nah.
Science behind that.
Just prove it.
Why?
Wife's tale or
Larry?
I've done it myself.
So you've proven it.
Naturopath said, Damon, here's what you do. And yeah,
how long
it's gonna smell up the house.
That's fine.
But that's all right. It heals, strains, and tears. There you go. You're welcome.
Lessons with Damon Lowry as Justin Tatum takes out Sam Froling, puts him on ice for the night.
Yeah, you might as well grab Trey, get him out of there. Get Mason Peeling, you guys have a seat.
Scott Roth's gone to some of his bench. Archie Woodhill getting some minutes. So is Walter Brown.
Archie Woodhill with the flowing mile. There's a bit of Luke Jackson from the shoulders up about Archie Woodhill with the mo.
Good call.
A little bit of Luke Jackson about it.
Doppelganger. There he's there. There he's with the ball in hand. Able to score some points in South East Melbourne last game. Some minutes, and Stoddart speaking of scoring points.
Yeah.
He can shoot the ball.
Stoddart, you cannot spell that without the word dark. It is flat, but it works.
Shooting 67% from down there. He means business. Small sample size, but a proven sniper.
Holbrook just hands it off to Peatling. Strong.
Peatling's having himself a game as well. 6 rebounds, 14 points.
Just all complement each other so well, this whole roster. And does what he needs to do, Mason Peatling. Knocks down the 3 ball. Gets after the offensive rebounds and plays strong defense.
Hawks came into this game averaging 102. Technically, you can say the JackJumpers have played some good defense to hold them, you know, with 2.5 minutes to go. Technically.
Hang on, there's 2.5 minutes left. They're going to get 102. So how does that make sense?
You got attitude tonight, man. What's wrong with you, man?
But you think they're going to go scoreless? They're going to go scoreless.
I'm just saying, at this stage.
Oh, Woodhill.
Okay.
Wanting to make a statement.
Here is.
Y'all stretchy like you the one getting beat down about 21 points.
Now, look at the audacity on Woodhill.
Love the confidence.
Might as well have a crack.
24-year-old.
Didn't know he had the bunnies like that. Oh, Walter Brown's got the ups.
Good job of fouling out in the game against South East Melbourne in 12 minutes. Archie Woodhill, but what doesn't beat the record? What's the record fouling out?
3 minutes and 25 seconds, Cam Tovey. More impressive every time I say it.
It is.
Hard to do.
Yeah, Greedy getting some minutes as well.
He's a guy, Daniel Greedy, can sit on the bench for 37 minutes and come out there like he's been shot out of a cannon.
He's so much time with injury, he just loves the opportunity when he does get court time as Quiney will now also get some minutes. Of course, they back up again on Wednesday. 6-day turnaround, coming off a 7-day break from their loss to Cairns. They're going to be fresh. They're going to be primed. And it is as good a look as they're ever going to get to win that second ever title, Damon. They're in pole position.
You can't ask for any more. Finish the season as minor premiers. Now it's about, can you go on with the job when the real basketball starts?
Pete, you've been speaking, I saw in overtime, just about the little defensive rating of the Hawks. Outside the top 4, it's been a long time since anyone's won it. Do you think that's something they've addressed? We heard Coach Tatum and a few of the players talk about it. Maybe they are just going to drill down on defense late in the season?
I think they know. And again, it's all the offensive explosion we've seen. It's been a record-setting offensive explosion from teams in the entire 40-minute eras combined. So something's got to give. In finals, normally the pace slows down, it gets more physical, defense tightens up. So it's something they have to look at for sure. But based on that, as Walter Brown knocks down the 3 ball, the crowd still love it. Based on that stat, Joey, that back to 2011 was a team outside the top 3 defensively rated to win a title. The top 3 currently are the 2 Melbourne teams in Sydney. So this championship is anyone's.
Quiney now getting points. Everyone's getting some opportunity here. Brody Nunn on the floor. Doesn't want to take the shot. Woodhill's not going to be shy. So it looks like they might notch 100 points again.
Unless start giving up these easy ones late, but Young Brody Nunn, somebody I've known for a very long time. Actually played some one-on-one against young Brody back in the day. I lost.
He would have been about 4.
He was, I think he was under 18s at the time. But he was a gym rat. Great work ethic.
Here's Walter Brown, back-to-back triples. The Hawks will go to 18-9 on the season. They've all but sewn up top spot on the ladder.
102!
There is the 102. Tassie's defense have just been on par with everyone else this season. And they end up 24-point winners. They led from start to finish. It was a professional performance. They never really gave Tassie a yelp. And the banged up, beat up and bruised JackJumpers look to end their season. The Hawks just keep on rolling.
You nailed it, professional win. It came down there. Any road game, you never know how it's going to go. If you come out with the wrong intensity, with the wrong attitude, things can go pear-shaped for you real quick. But the Hawks did a good job. Held the JackJumpers to 78 points at 42% shooting and got the win.
There's our footlocker player of the game, Sam Froling, will finish with the 18 points, 7 rebounds. Damage was done in the first half, though, when he had 16 points. Only got the 1 field goal attempt in the second half, but he wasn't really needed. He set up the win. They had 6 scorers in double digits. Only Swarkle the Bullock 9, Oldbrick 8. So again, just that even spread of performers. Pete Hooley, and they just keep on rolling.
Yeah, it's all of them. They can all chip in. It's the perfect puzzle piece. It's what their offense is all about. Have a look at Mishimoto's ladder, what that means right now. Illawarra Hawks to be able to finish on top. What a story. What an incredible story, and credit to everybody involved. But for them, the work is far from finished.
It feels like it was inevitable, this win, but coming into it, you know, Tassie, at home, particularly at my state, they were 8-2. They've won 14 of their last 17. Everybody knows it's tough to win. But they put it to bed early. They got the lead, Damon, and they were never really headed. They did a terrific job, as they always do, and it was led by their leaders, as it usually is. And this man, Tyler Harvey, once again, was terrific, and he's with Kelsey Brown.
He is, and everyone is up and about down here, Tyler Harvey. Back to some of your best basketball today with the Hawks. That was a massive response from the Cairns game. You have to be happy with that one.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to go through adversity in this NBL. Every team is so good. So to bounce back like we did today shows a lot of growth in our team, and I'm just proud of the guys, man. Everybody stepped up.
You spoke about the bench unit in your presser last game. 42 points last game, 35 points today. They are a huge part of this team. Are they the difference between you and other teams in the league at the moment?
Yes. We got the best bench in the league, and they show it night in, night out. Dabo really leads those boys well, and, man, it's showing. They're helping us out so much, and it's great to see.
Sam Froling had an impressive game, 18 points, 7 rebounds. How big is he for you in there? I know he's a massive part of the leadership group, but how big is he for you on the court?
Yeah, massive. I mean, me and Sam have had a connection for 5 years, and, you know, when he dominates like that in the paint, it makes our job easier. All we got to do is space the floor if they double team. So, yeah, man, it's great playing with Sam. I love that guy.
We love what you guys are doing. Well done on the win.
Thanks, Kelsey.
Tyler Harvey there, 15 points, 5 assists. Damon, that's been the impressive, I suppose, evolution in the back half of this season. His ability to distribute the ball. It wasn't his night from the three-point line, just 1 of 8, but we know how beautiful that floater is.
Yeah, he gets his teammates involved. I like the way he's been playing the whole season, even the back half of last season, just being way more methodical, way more surgical. Not as loose, but he still knows he's capable of just turning it on. His offensive scoring package can never be denied. It's just his timing. And right now, it seems like he's just playing the game at the perfect pace, and everything's looking kind of smooth for him.
Well, Kelsey Brown is another young man who's just winding back the clock in recent games.
They've called you a young man. They said you've wound back the clock. I did ask for Todd Blanchfield just because, Todd, you're probably a modest guy. I know you're probably not going to talk too much about your personal game, but you've been a massive part of the surges in the last 2 games for the Hawks. You're a really integral part of this team. How are you feeling out there and with your role within this Hawks team?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Obviously, that's a good thing about this group. We're 1 through 11 deep, and I think we've shown that all season. But, you know, we have the next man up mentality, and you know, when you play alongside guys like Tyler and Trey, you're going to be able to you're going to get a lot of open looks, and I'm just fortunate enough to be able to knock them down.
We talk about the bench unit a lot for the Illawarra Hawks, how you guys come in and really be aggressive and challenge the starters of other teams. Can you talk a little bit about your starters? They are an incredible group. A little bit about Trey Kell and Tyler Harvey and what they bring to the group.
Yeah, obviously they have an unbelievable seasons. You know, it's very incredible guys to play alongside. Draw a lot of attention. Another guy, Sam Froling. You know, he's having an incredible season, and it's almost like that's our three-headed monster in a way. And we play to those guys. We trust those guys night in, night out. And you know, sometimes when they draw so much attention, you're the one that reaps the rewards. You're on the weak side. So, as I said, happy enough to be to knocking down shots, and obviously super happy to win tonight.
What does it look like for the mentality for you guys now? You're obviously humming along, like I said to Tyler before, back to some of your best basketball now, a response from that Cairns game. What does the mentality look like heading into postseason basketball?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, right now we want to keep this thing rolling. You know, we want to finish with 2 wins. It's a big thing. Obviously, if you finish top 2, you've got a massive break between games, and it's obviously a good thing, but also can be a bad thing as well. So we want to finish this the right way, finish this with 2 wins, and you know, we want to be on a high for that. We want to be sitting on a loss for those 17, 18 days, whatever it is. So yeah, as I said, we just keep taking one game at a time, and just we're having a lot of fun. You know, it's just the genuine enjoyment for the guy sitting next to you. It's a lot of fun to be a part of, and yeah, we're just taking one game at a time.
I've said it so many times, we absolutely love what you guys are doing. Enjoy this win and go and get some rest.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Todd Blanchfield there, just another complimentary piece that Justin Tatum has 12 points again tonight, but that's now Damon over his last 3 games, averaging almost 13 points a game and 3.6 three-pointers made per game.
It hasn't always played a whole lot of minutes this season, but you just know what you're going to get from him. He has a designated specific skill, shoot the ball. And when Justin Tatum puts him in the game, Todd, he knows exactly what he's going to do. He's bigger than what you think he is, and good to see him providing a valuable contribution.
And there is the Tasmania JackJumpers season summed up right there. 2 of their stars unavailable. Tassie, they couldn't get the job done. They lose by 24 points to the Hawks. We'll be back right after this to wrap it all up.